In the peaceful suburbs of 1970s Chicago, where families mowed their lawns and children played in the street, a monster was hiding in plain sight. A man who charmed neighbors, hosted parties, and dressed as a clown for charity events. A man trusted by nearly everyone around him. His name was John Wayne Gacy. And behind his painted smile, he was creating one of the most horrifying crime scenes America had ever seen. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the double life of a predator, how he blended into society, how he evaded suspicion for years, and how a single missing boy finally cracked the facade. John Wayne Gacy wasn't always the boogeyman. He was born in 1942 to a working-class Chicago family. But behind closed doors, life was anything but normal. His father was an alcoholic who belittled him, beat him, and called him useless. Gacy grew up desperate for approval, a craving he would later twist into manipulation. As a teenager, he struggled with health problems and never quite fit in. But he learned something important. If he couldn't be loved, he could at least be liked. In his early 20s, Gacy became known for his charm. He married, joined social clubs, and even rose to become a local political figure. By all accounts, he was building the perfect suburban life. But under that smile, the darkness was growing. To his neighbors, Gacy was the friendly contractor who helped rebuild homes. To the community, he was Pogo the Clown, entertaining sick children at hospitals and performing at fundraisers. But to the young men he targeted, he was something far more sinister. By the early 1970s, Gacy had developed a disturbing pattern. He hired teenage boys to work for his construction company. He'd lure them to his home with promises of work, money, or mentoring. Once inside, he used a chilling routine he called the handcuff trick. He'd show them a pair of cuffs, slip them on his own wrists, and magically escape. Then he'd convince them to try. But unlike Gacy, they couldn't get out. And once those handcuffs locked, there was no escape. Throughout the decade, local boys disappeared, often last seen near Gacy's neighborhood. Police saw no clear pattern. Many of the victims were runaways, so the cases were dismissed or closed quickly. Gacy was questioned multiple times, but each time he talked his way out of trouble. He was friendly, he was helpful, he was respected, but worst of all, he knew exactly how to manipulate authority. But everything changed in December 1978. 15-year-old Robert Piest, a hard-working, well-liked teenager, went missing after telling his mother he was going to talk to a contractor about a job. That contractor was John Wayne Gacy. For the first time, police didn't just let Gacy explain things away. They watched him. They followed him. They dug into his past. And what they discovered didn't just raise red flags, it set off alarms. Detectives noticed Gacy acting strangely. He was restless, erratic, slipping up in conversations. They obtained a search warrant, and once they stepped inside his home, the carefully crafted illusion began to crumble. They found items belonging to missing boys, receipt books, jewelry, high school class rings. But the most shocking clue came from something no one expected. The unmistakable smell coming from beneath the house, a rancid odor seeping from the crawl space. When investigators returned with a second warrant, they sent officers underneath the home. What they found stunned even seasoned detectives. Under Gacy's house was a nightmare. Shallow graves stretching beneath nearly every room. Investigators uncovered body after body, each one a son, brother, or friend who vanished without answers. In total, 33 victims were found. 26 were buried beneath his home. Others were discarded in the nearby river during his final year of killing. The public couldn't believe it. How could the man who dressed as a clown for children's parties be capable of such brutality? How could he hide dozens of victims beneath the very floors he walked on every day? Gacy had created a mask, one painted with charm, community service, and false kindness. And for years, it worked. Gacy was arrested and charged with 33 counts of murder, the most at the time for any single killer in U.S. history. During his trial, he showed no remorse. Instead, he blamed others, claimed insanity, and tried to maintain the image of a misunderstood man. But the evidence was overwhelming. The jury took only 2 hours to convict him, but even after his execution, John Wayne Gacy continues to haunt the true crime world. His case has sparked debates about criminal profiling, how authorities handle missing person cases, and how a predator could operate unnoticed in a quiet suburban community. Gacy hid behind a mask, sometimes painted, sometimes not. But the truth behind that mask reminds us of something uncomfortable. Sometimes the most terrifying monsters are the ones who look just like us.